One small step for man, one giant leap for mankind.
You know, if people want to be naive, that they don't see the kind of world we're living in. In this world, it's not enough to be moral. It's not enough to be just. It's not enough to be right. You know, one of the greatest writers of the 20th century, someone that I admire a lot, was the historian Will Durant. He wrote many volumes. I read most of them. He also wrote The Lessons of History, very brief 100-page book, in which he said, well, history proves that, unfortunately and unhappily, Jesus Christ has no advantage over Genghis Khan.
Oil prices might be hitting $300 a barrel. $300 a barrel. Yeah, this might happen sooner than later. Now that Donald Trump has issued a 48-hour warning to Iran that within 48 hours of his tweet on Truth Social, that Iran needs to completely open up the Strait of Hormuz so oil can start flowing. And Iran isn't obviously going to comply, but they have 48 hours, and Iran in response has said that if that were to happen, there would be great consequences. So basically what Trump is saying that if you don't open it up in the next 48 hours, we're going to completely take out all your power. We're attacking your power plants, starting with the biggest one. I mean, if that happens, the people of Iran are really going to suffer. But then again, the people of Iran have been suffering for the past 46 years. So unfortunately, it seems like their suffering will continue. And, you know, for 46 years, first of all, Iran, Persia, has existed for thousands of years. And unfortunately, in 1979, this Islamic regime took over, and they forced people and they forced their beliefs on people. So the Iranian people never really accepted Islam as their religion, but they were forced to. And that's why, since that time till today, there's protests and people are getting killed on the streets and all that stuff. Even now in the middle of the war, they beheaded 3 young soccer players in Iran. So it seems like their suffering possibly is still not ending anytime soon. Now, as far as we are concerned in North America, what's going to happen if oil hits $300 a barrel? Well, your average person assumes that if oil prices go up, that means our fuel prices will go up, meaning, you know, we're paying more at the pump. So possibly more than $2 or even higher, much higher. But the problem here is not just gas prices. Oil is also used for medicine. A lot of our medication uses oil. And if the price goes to $300 a barrel, medicine prices could triple. Your average medicine price could triple from what it is currently. Oil is also used for energy. So we're going to get affected the hardest here in North America if this happens. And this, with the summer coming up, like if we can't afford or we're short on oil, your air conditioning costs, there's a lot of things associated with oil. And if the prices for energy go up, you know, I know a lot of people have summer plans and, you know, so do I, but I mean, it seems like we might have to hold off on those plans because everything right now currently is depending on this war. And to be honest, based on what Israel is saying and what America is saying and what Iran is saying, and there are a lot of people out there, other countries who are looking to piggyback on this and take advantage. Basically, what they want is for America to fall. Like all great civilizations, you know, America has been around for over 100 years and, well, actually more than that, but, you know, as a superpower. And yeah, a lot of nations would love to see America fall. And unfortunately, seems like, yeah, oil is the weakness here. And of course, stock market is going to get affected. And right now the stock market is being propped by AI. But, you know, eventually all these dominoes are going to fall. and they will affect everything. After the Second World War, what happened was that America made a deal with nations saying that oil will be purchased only with the American dollar. And that is why America is a superpower, because of that reason alone. I know a lot of us think it's because of their army, or Americans like to believe it's because of their army and their military power, but in actuality, the reason why they're a superpower is because of that reason, because oil is purchased in American dollar, or as I call it, petrodollar. But there are a lot of countries out there who are currently trying, these BRICS nations, what they're trying to do is that they want to replace the petrodollar, and have it gold backed. So that is the reason why Libya and all these, Venezuela, like a lot of the countries, Americans, they took out the leaders and everything, because the CIA, of course, does not want for this to happen. They would rather keep the petrodollar, the American dollar, as the main exchange currency. But times are changing. All great nations fall. And seems like it's America's turn, as much as we don't want that. Because it's not just America. In Canada, we get affected as well. And a lot of other nations will get affected as well. So times are getting harder. I don't see any resolution to this current war right now. I think it's going to get much worse before it gets better. I also saw Netanyahu, Benjamin Netanyahu, the Israeli leader, make a comment about it, and he was comparing Jesus Christ to Genghis Khan, and he's saying that if we use Jesus Christ's method, we would never win a war. So you got to use Genghis Khan as your example, and be ruthless, and have ruthless aggression, and you can conquer and dominate. But what Mr. Netanyahu doesn't realize is that Jesus Christ didn't have an army. He didn't use power. He didn't use violence. He didn't use armies. And 2,000 years later, billions of people still believe him and believe in his message and believe that he is God. So Genghis Khan is gone. Hitler is gone. All the people who have ever, Alexander the Great, who've risen to power, eventually their power is gone, their kingdom is gone, and they're gone. Now they're just names in the history books. So comparing people like that to Jesus is obviously very foolish, but him being a Jew, of course he would say something like that. That's fine. As far as I'm concerned, Jews, Muslims, they're exactly the same. They're literally the same people. They behave the same way. They pray the same way. They act the same way. They're hypocrites the same way. They're hateful the same way. They're bashful the same way. And it's amazing how they don't like each other, but they're exactly the same. You can expect the same kind of behavior when Israel is attacking Palestine or other nations. Jews are celebrating. When Jews are being attacked by Iran and Palestine or other people, Muslims are celebrating. So what's the difference between the two of you? It's the same. It's eye for an eye, tooth for a tooth. But anyways, that's a different topic altogether. The point here is we need to be really, really careful in this summer, the next few months, possibly this entire year, and stock up on medicine, stock up on water, stock up on supplies, food, because things are about to get really tough. And I don't even know if they're going to get any better, because we're living in the end times where the tribulation is about to start, but that's another topic that I'm going to speak on at some point. But all this is leading towards the third temple, the Antichrist. So the tribulation hasn't even begun yet. This is just the beginning of what's to come. So those of you who are believers, you obviously know what I'm talking about. Those of you who aren't, I hope you really look into it and protect your families, protect yourself, be wise with your money, maybe hold off on vacations, maybe hold off on any major expense that you have coming up that's not necessary, because overnight things can change. If you can't put gas in your car, how are you going to work? And if the economy gets really bad, are you even going to be employed? Will your employer be able to keep you employed? So that's another thing. So we got to be really careful. We're living in hard times, and we're definitely in the end times. So be vigilant. Look after your families and be wise. And don't fall for the propaganda. Don't fall for everything you hear on the news. It's all lies. Don't believe everything you hear. Use your own head. Keep your social media accounts open where real people are posting real live events, what's going on around the world, not what they're telling you, edited versions on the news. Take care all.